I believe this is the losers match of Group A. And spawning. Oh god, I have to change it. Every time, Bobby, every time. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our yellow Protoss player representing Hot-Headed Gaming. It is NightPhoenix. From the land of Ukraine. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player representing Team Platoon. From the land of Belarus, it is Nikich. We go. ZVP is upon us. Fun fact, by the way, because last night, as I mentioned before, we weren't able to cast this live. We were casting OC King of the Hill. Fun fact, NightPhoenix, in the middle of playing in this tournament, he also played in OC King of the Hill, which was crazy. I remember he invited me to a lobby. I was like, oh, I can't cast Christmas Cup right now. He's like, no. I'm playing in King of the Hill. It's like, oh, wait, what? He's like, yeah, I'm playing in both at the same time. Okay. So when he had a little bit of downtime in the group stage, he was able to get a cheeky match in OC King of the Hill as well. So a bit of a fun fact. Non-stop StarCraft for NightPhoenix, playing in everything at once. And here we go. We're going to be getting into our openers as well. Nikich going for a Hatch Gas Pool Force, take the unnatural natural. Meanwhile, NightPhoenix going for a Gate Expand into the cyber core. Let us go. Going for his Gate Expand. Opener so far looking standard, but we'll see what kind of direction NightPhoenix takes us in. Again, traditionally in this matchup, NightPhoenix is actually quite aggressive. He's a very aggressive player here in the mid game specifically. We'll see if Nikich can keep up. We have been also following Nikich in this tournament, and he's been having some pretty good results so far. Has had some good performances and some scrappy games as well. If you have 2 monitors and 2 keyboards and 2 mice, it should not be too hard to play 2 at once. True. Just have 2 of everything. So we have Nikich here. Getting eyes on this probe. He's going to shut this down. Pylon has been thrown out to delay the expansion. But we should be able to shut this down. So Pylon is denied and the 3rd base is thrown down. Nikich able to get into his 3 base economy without too much issue. Behind this, NightPhoenix indeed going for the Stargate opener. But where will we take us? Again, Oracles would signify a 3rd base and a much more standard economic opener. Could go into Void Rays, could go into Phoenixes. Could try to deny map vision. I see that is going to be forced back, and we are going for the Void Ray first. Let's go! NightPhoenix. Now, with this Void Ray, we're going to be shutting down these Overlords, and again, we're going to be keeping Nikich in the dark as to what comes next. Whether it's Glaive Adepts, Double Stargate Skytoss, Charge all in, Blink all in. There's that Twilight Council. Very fast before the 3rd base even. Okay. NightPhoenix being very aggressive here. And again, the goal is to catch Nikich with his pants down. Adepts a shade into the main base, disrupting a lot of the mining actually, forcing a recall. And this looks like Glaive Adepts. This smells like Glaive Adepts. This should be Glaive Adepts. Overlord is going to be shut down by the Void Ray. We do come across it. It's going to be 4 gates in total. And yeah, there it is. Glaives are on the way. And Nikich is unawares. Does get eyes on the would-be 3rd. And again, the goal here is to make it look normal, to make it look like a standard expansion. Now, Nikich, because he knows he doesn't know what's coming up next, because this Void Ray opener, remember, we casted Dark earlier. We casted Dark versus Parting a couple of hours ago. And we had the same opener, on the same map, actually, where Parting, he rushed into Glaives. And because Dark was denied scouting, he threw down his Roach Warren at the 4-minute mark. Here it's a little bit later, but it's on the way. 4-minute 30 mark Roach Warren for Nikich. Decent timing, but Adepts are going to be amassing. We're going to be pushing out soon. But at least Nikich doesn't delay his Roach Warren any further. So even though he doesn't know what's coming, he knows that something could be coming, so he needs to prepare. Void Ray on the way. Getting in between the bases. Adepts are pushing out, and the Roach Warren, again, it was late. It is still not quite done. We have to focus on Lings. Lings and Queens, that is all we have to defend. Void Ray slipping into the main base. Queens are amassing. How many Queens? 7 Queens, not too bad. 7 Queens in total. We do commit to the Shade. We do dive into the mineral line. Lings are lying in wait though. Lings are being cleaned up. And from here we can Shade into the natural. Drones are going to be falling. So far we actually minimize our losses. Adepts are going down. Will we Shade into the main? No. Shall we make it into the main base? Drones are falling left and right. Initially, Nikich had a great defense. He's going to be losing 6 workers, but it looks like only 6 workers. This could have been so much worse. The Adepts are cleaned up. Void Ray still going ham here, finding a couple of extra workers at the 3rd base. And, oh my, we're having some fun. Because we have a follow-up. And will we survive? Can we get into this? Because NightPhoenix, he throws down not just a 2nd Stargate, a 3rd Stargate. Triple Stargate, mass Void Ray on the way. Lings are coming for a big counterattack, but we have plenty of Adepts to defend. Shield battery still not ready. Adepts are being surrounded. Adepts, they're being shut down. 3rd base under fire, and we may just lose it. Void Ray comes in. Roaches are coming in as well. Nikich, he's going all in. He's sending everything across the map. He wants to break NightPhoenix here and now and punish his opener, punish his build. But the Void Rays have arrived, and nothing shoots up. We're going for the Nexus, but we're not going to get it. Probes are coming back. The Lings, they only get 2 probe kills. And back at home, Hydrogen. Honestly, this is a really good scout. Like, this Ling flood here from Nikich did confirm the mass Void Ring. He hasn't seen the production, but he sees the units. So he is aware. Hydra's on the way. Spore Crawlers, Queens. How many Queens do we have? 7 still. We have 7 Queens. Is it going to be enough, though? That's 3 Void Rays move out. And Nikich has been droning. He has been droning back at home. It's going to be a cancel on the 4th base. Good pick up. We do deny the 4th. As we shouldn't be able to tango with these Queens, we will have to back off. Queens will force this back. Likewise, Adepts and continue to threaten Shades. We have +1 air attack on the way. We commit to the Shade. Oh, but we will get surrounded. Bold commitment there from NightPhoenix. All 3 Adepts will go down. We do get 5 workers, though. And we do cancel that base once again. Not too bad. And how many Void Rays? 6 Void Rays are out. Working towards a Robo, working towards a Forge as well. We are just turtling up and rushing into Skytoss. Not just Skytoss, we're going to be reinforcing here with, I imagine, Colossi. The Bay is on the way for Void Ray Colossus. NightPhoenix once again is pushing. His goal here is to shut down the 4th base over and over again. And so far, we're pulling it off. So far, it is working well. So you push on forward. Up! Get on top of the Queens. 1 Queen does go down. We get 1, we get 2, we get up. Just barely a 3rd Queen as well. Do manage to pick them off. Not bad. Void Rays do make it out. Didn't overextend, didn't overcommit. And there's that fleet beacon. Carriers on the horizon. Now, even though we have a lot of Hydras, they trade well against Void Rays. That is true. These Void Rays, they cannot push in. What can, though? The Depths. Rough trades here. Hydra's being focused down. Very efficient trade for NightPhoenix. We get Hydras, we get some Lings. We will clean this up. As the Hydras get pulled away, the Void Rays go back in. We're going for the base. We'll get it. 2 Void Rays get picked up. NightPhoenix getting punished for pushing in. You know, behind this, we're getting into Colossus production. Hydra's once again trying to chase this down. Won't be able to. Now, to be a little bit critical here of Nikich, I'm fond of the Ling Hydra. I do like it in this position so far, but where is the Hive? Where's the Infestation? Where are the Vipers? Without Vipers, Hydra's going to have a very hard time pushing in because we have Colossi, we're soon to have Carriers, Mothership is on the way. Pure Hydra like this, it needs support. Whether it's Vipers or Infestors, even Infestors have their place with Microbial Shroud. No, wait, what's the other one? Yeah, Microbial Shroud. Against Skytos. Infestation Pit now on the way, but this feels late for Nikich. Does feel late here as the fourth base is getting up and running. NightPhoenix getting his own fourth. Building up towards Colossus. Nikich, I don't think we can commit here. He's gonna try to push in into Colossi of all things. We have shield batters, we have an overcharge as well. Big swipes go up. And Nikich bleeding out a lot of units. 13 Hydras. That was 13 Hydras for 2 Adepts. Speaking of Adepts shading out across the map. Again, it shows how well Colossus perform against Hydras. Carriers on the way. Now we're working towards a Hive. Now we're working towards a Lurker Den. But again, this tech is, it feels like one step behind that of NightPhoenix. As these Adepts are being caught out. Good catch here from Nikich. Brings up the Adepts. We'll shut them down. Ooh, Mothership coming in from behind, looking for a recall. You can see NightPhoenix stacking up his army. Meanwhile, Nikich refining his own with Mass Roach Hydra. We probably don't want to recall into all these Hydras, though. That's not going to be the best move. Yeah, NightPhoenix flirting with the idea. Won't commit. Mothership does have to back up. Once again, stacking the army. Hive is just now finishing up, and Nikich is stuck at home. Now, unfortunately, Nikich, he is maxed out, but it's not an ideal army. He does have inflated supply with a lot of roaches. We do need to get rid of these roaches to make room for lurkers and vipers. Anyway, as I say that, I may as well just kill our own roaches. True. Smooch. But yeah, these roaches, they're hurting more than they're helping. So at this point, we do have to kind of kill them ourselves or just throw them away. As we have made room for lurkers, but now we have to make room for vipers. Still no vipers out. This base, it's gonna go down. As now we're gonna be threatening that natural with Void Rays. We have a couple of Hydras in position. Cloak is gonna be popped and we can break in. Where's the detection? It's just one step behind. Good trade there from NightPhoenix. Building up towards additional Sky Toss. Building up towards an additional army. And we do have NightPhoenix just calming things down here, slow and steady. Like, he's just been chilling, just making more carriers. That's the thing. Like, he's just been banking up a mass carrier army. I would say that the onus is more on Nikich here. He has had time to recover, and look at the drone count. Nikich, he's down to 67 workers. He has a 3-base economy at this stage of the game. And what's scary here, as we lose a Void Ray, is that Nikich, he can't remax. He's going to take a fight. He has some resources in the bank, but he cannot sustain himself. Not with 67 drones. We're pushing in. We catch the lurkers. Not like this. Nothing shoots up. 1, 2, 3 lurkers go down. NightPhoenix just mowing his way through this army. The Hydras have now arrived. At the same time, we recall over towards the left-hand side. Massive recall. And we do just pull Nikich apart out of position. Base going to be going down. Hydras have arrived, but Hydras pushing into Colossi like this is not going to work. Where are the Vipers? Where are the yoinks? There we go, Microbial Shroud is thrown down. Power bombs here on the mothership. We yoink in. Mothership does go down, minus 300, but the carriers, they reign supreme. They take down every single Hydra. There's just too much in the air, too much in the sky, and Nikich has nothing left. Every single lurker goes down. Nikich, he's got a handful of roaches. We mentioned before, Nikich, he was maxed out, and these roaches, they do nothing. They've been hurting him this entire time, wasting supply. And GG gets called. NightPhoenix takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. A solid game there out of NightPhoenix. Had a chaotic start to the game is what I will say. Going Glaive Adepts into triple Stargate Mass Void Ray, which is wild. Nikich had the opportunity to bounce back. Remember, he was counterattacking. He was trying to deny the third base. Did transition to Hydras, which was good. But the economy of Nikich never really got up and running. Despite the fact that he had map control for a while, he was never able to get a secure 4th, a secure 5th, a secure economy, and as a result, his army was lackluster. And now we're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have our Ukrainian Protoss player, the yellow Protoss, representing Hot-Headed Gaming. It is NightPhoenix. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Zerg player, representing Team Platoon. We're going to fight back. It is Nikich. Here we go. As once again, Nikich forced to expand elsewhere, and when it comes to the build of choice from NightPhoenix, I was going to say I don't expect him to do that 2 games in a row, but Hecate is not a bad map for that, to be honest. Hecate has quite a lot of defenders' advantages. There's a lot of ramps, a lot of choke points. If we wanted to turtle up on 3, on 4 bases and rush into Skytoss, that is something you can do on Hecate. Like this ramp here is brutal to push into. Likewise here on the right hand side, the ramp here towards the left as well. Like these 4 bases can be very secure. So I wonder if NightPhoenix is thinking along the same lines. Hello, Bobtas. Hello. As we'll see how Nikich approaches this as well. If he tries to be more aggressive. I mean, the map is going to be working against aggression. Short rush distance by ground means we can try to go for like a queen all-in, for example, but we've seen them with mixed results here on Hecate. The Overlord is dipping in. Does get eyes on the expansion, on the opener. Aware that everything is looking normal. Everything does look on the up and up. As we're going for another Stargate opener. Stargate has been thrown down for NightPhoenix. Probe going to be delaying the third base for as long as we can, but should be shut down. Yeah, this time no pylon. Up, he wants it. He wants to delay. There's that hatchery is thrown down. NightPhoenix does confirm. We'll get the hell out of here. Get out of there. Now, what I will say here is that this Stargate is a little bit further back, which is interesting. It's further back in the main base. It is hidden, that much more hidden, I should say. I'm curious if we're going for another Void Ray opener. What do we got? Yep, there it is. Void Ray is on the way. You can see it's rallied here looking for the Overlord. It's over here towards the right-hand side, but NightPhoenix is unawares. As the depth's going to be shading out. Overlord dipping in. NightPhoenix still doesn't have eyes on this. We are still going to be hunting down that Overlord. Oh my god, Fire Council throw down already. This is going to be a big scout. If Nikich dives into that main base, he's going to see everything. And again, NightPhoenix rallied outside. Nikich coming in from behind. Gates on the way. Still going to be joining up back at home. Ooh, and we do barely get a glimpse of a gateway. That's a bit of a tell. We don't have confirmation. It's Glaive Adepts again, by the way. It is going to be Glaive Adepts out of NightPhoenix. Again, no Forge. Glaives are in production. You can see NightPhoenix still trying to hunt down that Overlord. Still has not found it. And upon seeing this gateway, we should be responding. Baneling? Oh my god. Baneling Nest on the way. This is risky. There's a risky maneuver here out of Nikich. So you can defend against Glaive Adepts with Ling Bane, but you need to make sure you have like your positional play on point. You need to keep up with the shades with your Banelings. If you are unable to, if you're caught out of position, then Ling Bane won't really do well at all. This is so risky here from Nikich. So damn risky. Yeah, Overlord does confirm. We get eyes on the Glaives. Big scout here from Nikich. Adepts are shading across the map. Lings are amassing. No roaches to defend. It is going to be Banelings. Void Ray from behind. Gets an Overlord. Does shut down an Overlord. Adepts a shade into the mineral line. We have Mass Link to defend. Where the Banelings are still in the way. And we do commit. And these Lings are going to get annihilated. I say that. They have a good surround. Oh! They will clean this up. The positioning not as good as I thought it was. And we clean up all of those Adepts. We get the trades. That was 17 Lings for 8 Adepts. That's a good trade for the Zerg. And now we can go for a counterattack. We can go for a big counterattack. Shield battery still on the way. And we can deny this third. Go for this round. Go for the dive. Adepts are being shut down. Banelings, they waddle in. They waddle in. They crash into the Adepts. Void Ray racing back home. Once again, double Stargate on the way. Double Stargate, mass Void Ray for NightPhoenix. But this base should fall. Never mind. Nikich, there's 3. We can dive. We can surround. Nikich, he rotates around instead. Tries to push into the natural, but the wall is up and running. NightPhoenix holds on to his third. There was potential. 100% there was potential, and Nikich is going to be backing up for another Bane bus. But we're giving NightPhoenix the opportunity to build up. We have more depths. We have more Void Rays in production. NightPhoenix, he's holding. Lings, once again, they try to bust into the natural of all places. It's not going to happen. They do get us around. Banelings are waddling in once again. Go for the mineral line. They're going for the probes. But good splits here from NightPhoenix. Oh, the splits! The splits, Papi. We clean this up. 7 probes go down. The 2 Adepts, they get across the map. And 2 Adepts, they one-shot workers. NightPhoenix coming back in this game. Gets 3 drone kills. Gets 4. Gets 5. We're gonna get 6. We're gonna get 7. Can we get any more? 8. 8 workers go down. We're not done. We keep on pushing. A bit of an overextension here from NightPhoenix. Yeah, we do have to retreat. That's a lot of Lings that we do have to respect. Steps are going to be cleaned up. 10 workers go down. Void Rays in the main base. Queen's out of position. And NightPhoenix is recovering. Despite losing so much earlier, despite this base that should have gone down, somehow it lives. Somehow we get 13 worker kills across the map. We still have 2 Adepts as well. And behind this, +1 air attack and mass voids. all of the Void Rays back. They are coming. Things they threaten a counterattack. NightPhoenix still building up. Do have Hydras on the way, just like the previous game. Now, what I will say is that hopefully Nikich has a better economy. He does have a 4th. We just need a drone. We need to saturate this base as best we can. Queens are holding. It is 6 Void Rays in total. Fleet Beacon on the way. Robo as well for eventually Colossus. And a very similar setup here to game 1. Dive towards the main. Adepts on the left-hand side. NightPhoenix doing his best here to try to pull apart the attention of Nikich once again. Oh, it's happening. But it is happening. As the Void Rays, they do distract these queens. Adepts, they shade in towards the middle line. 4 drones go down. We get 5. 5 workers full. We get eyes on the Hydras. And the Void Rays back off. NightPhoenix finds himself with an economic lead. Mothership is on the way. Second rover for double Colossus production. Bay is on the way. +1 about to kick in. And we should soon be seeing some carriers. That's 2. Once again, Nikich tries to slip into the natural. Won't be able to make his way in. Do threaten the shade. Sage bit is done. Things are coming for us around. We do catch some of these adepts. Good catch here from Nikich. Very nice catch. And this time the adepts, they do not kill any workers here. We even transfuse. Nikich, Papi, calm down. And he's droning. This is something that he did not do in game 1. We are droning up to 78, soon to be 80 workers. Hive is on the way. Lurker Den as well. Infestation is done. Nikich is in a much better position. Can support himself. Evo chambers are late, is what I will say. Upgrades are delayed, which is a little bit concerning. But outside of that, still looking strong. Still looking good. Looking good here. I killed the Ursadak. No. It's the knifey. He's an animal. Meanwhile, we're getting into carrier production back at home. The Sky Toss is soon to be upon us. We're turtling up cannons, shield batteries on the way, just to fortify ourselves. Nikich has been lacking creep spread. I understand that things have been very chaotic, especially when it comes to queen positioning. But there is no creeper on the left-hand side, no vision. If they shaded again, how do they do it? 4 more worker kills. 5 more drones go down. 6 more drones go down. Once again, staying on top of the economy here. Nikich down to 69 drones. Nice. But we'll be making more. 6 more workers on the way, thankfully. NightPhoenix setting up here for his defense as Nikich has maxed out, and we're pushing. Do we have any Vipers? Oh. No Vipers for Nikich, though. Just pure Lingbane Hydra. Pushing up into Colossus. This is not the play. Oh, my God. It's a meat grinder, and Nikich is forced back. Likewise, on the left-hand side, doesn't find a way in either. 8 of those Hydras does pull back. And there we go. Vipers now on the way. We were lacking Vipers. They're coming out. Nikich coming in from behind. Threatening that third. Let's threaten the third base. Baneling's on the way as well for a run by. Lurker upgrades on the way. Again, these range upgrades were delayed earlier, so that is something that Nikich is lacking. His worker count looking decent here. I appreciate the stack defense to defend against Glaive Adepts. Speaking of, Adepts are coming again. And they will be shut down. Oof. The dude barely shaded, but we have Spy Coolers on the way. We get 2 drones. When it comes to this army that we're kind of refining this entire time, Carrier, a couple of Colossi, Void Rays, I would like Storm. Storms and Archon, basically. Storm and Archon are what we're missing here. Storms will be ideal against Lingbane Hydra. Archons likewise against Lingbane. So this army is vulnerable to a surround. You have some yoinks. Mothership does go down. -300, -300. Bane is a crash into the sentries. They crash into the ground army, but the carriers, they do push through. Those 11 adepts going down. And can we stop this, by the way? We don't have that many Hydras. No shot. Bailey's, they roll on forward, but the Hydras, they go down. And what shoots up? We have a couple of Spore Crawlers. We have some Power Bombs coming in as well. Good splits out of NightPhoenix. And the mass carrier is pushing in. At the same time, Adepts, they shade into the natural base. Drones are falling this entire time. We have 16 Hydras in production. Ooh, NightPhoenix has become able to overextend. Hydras are coming in. Hydras are coming in. But they're trickling in at this point. We don't have enough. We haven't hit critical mass. And the carriers have. We can fight these Hydras toe to toe. So many Hydras going down as they trickle in. At the same time, the Adepts, they're still going ham. GG gets called. 28 drones go down. And NightPhoenix will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. 2 games in a row, similar styles. We had NightPhoenix just going Stargate Opener into Void Ray into Glaive Adepts into triple Stargate Sky Toss. And Nikich, he had a better response here in game number 2, I will say. It was a much better reaction, much better game out of him compared to the first one. But was still lacking when it came to maintaining his economy and getting into Hydra Lurker Viper. We saw that it was quite delayed Viper production. We were never able to really set ourselves up either. Never able to really be in control of that game and get into the ideal composition. And of course, after Hydra Lurker Viper, we would have to transition into Corruptors and Skyzerg afterwards. But even before that, again, the Hydra Lurker Viper here was lacking, never quite in an ideal position, and NightPhoenix snowballing out of control. GG. GG, well played. With that, NightPhoenix advances on to the decider match. So Skilless earlier had made it through in first place, did take down Young Yakov, and now we have Young Yakov versus NightPhoenix. Let's go.